Hi everybody! This week I'm going to show you how to make string art dream catchers. About a year ago I made this video on how to make a string art project. If you would like to see that video, I'm going to leave a link down below to make it easy for you to get to. In that video, I showed my dream catchers as examples of other things that you can create with string art. Several people liked my dream catchers and wanted me to make a video on how to make them. So before we get started, I want to give a shout out to everyone who has inspired me to make this video. I like to give my dream catchers themes, and I chose seashells for the theme of this one. Use your imagination to come up with your own themes. The ideas are endless. This is my gemstone dream catcher. This is my love dream catcher that I made for my daughter. And this is the shell dream catcher that I will show you in this video. Now let's get started on this awesome project. Look, I have all this wood in here. It is scrap wood that my husband brought home. I'm going to use this one. After picking out the piece of scrap wood I want to use, I use a piece of sandpaper and smooth out all the edges. I use the color Bahama Blue to paint this piece of wood with. I thought this color was perfect for a seashell theme because it is such a pretty beach color. Be sure to paint the edges of your wood to help hide any of the blemishes that it may have. I gave my wood 2 coats of paint. I found a lid that was the perfect size for the top of the dream catcher. I placed it where it would look best on the piece of wood, being sure to leave plenty of room at the bottom for dreamcatcher decorations. Then I used a pencil to trace around the outside edge of the lid. We will use this as a guide for where we are going to put our nails. I used 18 by 5/8 inch steel wire nails for this project. They are easy to find at the hardware store. Use a pair of pliers to hold your nails where you want to place them. It saves you from smashing your fingers, and it makes it easy to hold your nail in place. Simply hammer the nails all the way around the circle that you traced onto your wood. Be sure to place your wood on a solid surface so that it doesn't bounce around too much while you are hammering. Once the circle of your nails is done, you could be creative about what you would like the center of your dream catcher to look like. I wanted the center of this dream catcher to be the shape of a seashell, so I used a seashell to trace the shape in the center of the circle with a pencil like this. The next thing to do is to paint the design to the color you like. I used creamy peach for my seashell. I gave the seashell 2 coats. After the design is dry, I draw out the outline for where I want to place the nails on my seashell design. Then I hammer the nails around the outline. Next, I decide what I want to use as the hanging decorations at the bottom of my dream catcher and where I want to place them. Of course, I use more seashells for this part too. I hammer 1 nail under each shell where they will be placed. We will glue our decorations on after we wrap our string, so set your decorations aside for now. Notice the lines on the real seashell. I wanted to use my string to follow that pattern on my string art seashell. So I made a loop knot and tied it onto the center top of the seashell pattern. I gave it a couple of knots to be sure it is tied secure and cut off the end string. Now I follow the pattern that is on the shell and I wrap the strings around my nails from top to bottom like this. To finish off my seashell, I randomly wrap the top side sections until they are filled with string. I cut the string when I am done, leaving enough to tie a couple of simple loop knots to finish it off. Start the circle section the same way that you started the seashell and start wrapping the string from nail to nail like this all the way around the circle. I randomly wrap a second layer onto the circle part by wrapping it in a slightly slanted direction than the first layer. This gives it a more filled look. I end the circle section and cut the extra string off when I am happy with the string design. I never stress about how I wrap my strings. I simply go with the flow, and if I don't like how it is turning out, I simply unwrap it and start again. Keep this in mind when you are making your project and always have fun with it. Now let's tie and bead our bottom strings. Tie and cut the string a bit longer than you need it so that it is easy to tie a knot onto the bottom nail. I use these colorful beads to cover my string, but you don't have to use beads for your string. When I am done filling the string with beads, I tie and cut the string to the bottom nail. I do all 3 bottom strings like that. I like to paint my nails, so I painted the nails around the seashell a pink color. I painted the nails around the circle a purple color. They look like such beachy colors to me. After the paint is dry, I glue all of the dream catcher decorations onto the bottom of the strings with hot glue. I use tiny white feathers for the tops of each of my seashells to give it a special touch. For the final embellishment, I use seashell beads and a pearl for around the white circle of my dream catcher. I think it is the perfect accent to pull it all together. I love it. I hope you enjoyed watching me make my dream catcher and that it inspires you to make one too. I would love to hear all of the ideas and themes that you could come up with for your dream catchers. You can inspire someone else simply by sharing one of your ideas. So please leave a comment down below or stop by our Facebook page where you could share your comments and pictures. Here is what was shared with us this week. Thank you so much for sharing and watching. And don't forget to give this project a thumbs up if you like this craft. I love and appreciate every one of you, and I'll see you next week with another craft. Bye! I get to carry everybody's water in my basket, so I get the most exercise. See? Okay, let's put our sunglasses on. That makes me cool. Okay, we're all going to go for a bike ride. You want to go with us? Come on, let's go! Yay! And I follow Jarrett while he jogs. We do this every day, don't we, babe? You're just cruising right along today. This is so much fun. Look, Dad's gonna beat us. Oh, he's catching up. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's passing me. Hey! That's not right, is it? Taking a water break. Oh yeah. Hey! Dad didn't have a water break. Okay. Let's have some water. I'm having some mom water.
Water? Is that a brand? I'm gonna make you that a company.
Yeah, see? Mom water. No! High five! How'd you do, honey?
Fastest time ever.
Awesome. That was a good time. I love riding my bike.